Hey everybody, today is Halloween 2023. Happy Halloween, everybody. Um, so, as a lot of you know, we moved, and part of moving is, you box everything up and you come across things you haven't seen in a while once you unpack and put things away. And today I want to tell you a story about one of those things, and then I'll tell you why I'm telling you the story. It ties into Halloween, so that's why I wanted to make the video today. And when I moved out here I moved out here in 2007. My mom used to come out and visit a lot. She'd stay with me in my apartment, and we would, get a room, stay together, that kind of stuff. But one of the presents I got her for her birthday was this cane right here. My mom's always had mobility issues, and she wanted a cane, and so I picked this one. Now, if you can see it, what that is, it's a wolf. So, the wolf head cane. I got her this from a movie prop replica website, and it's a replica of the cane that was used in The Wolfman, the movie The Wolfman. You may be thinking, well, there's been a lot of Wolfmans. This is the original Wolfman, 1941, with Lon Chaney. My mom was a big, big fan of the old black and white horror movies. Bela Lugosi was actually in that movie, I think as a fortune teller or something. So yeah, Lon Chaney, the original 1941 Wolfman. This cane is a replica, an exact replica of the cane that was used in that movie. So I got it for my mom, and she loved it because she knew the movie, so she knew exactly what it was from. And it was Halloween 2008. Halloween 2008. She was here on vacation, and we decided to go down to Fremont Street for Halloween. And she was using the cane. So this cane right here is what she used. And like I said, she's always had mobility issues. But I was like, "Are you sure we can go walk around, Fremont Street? It's tiring." And she's like, "Yep, let's do it." And she was a trooper. It took us an hour, but we found parking. If you don't know, Fremont Street, New Year's Eve are the two busiest times on Fremont Street. And it's a lot of fun. You see a lot of different people in a lot of different costumes. But sure enough, we walked all the way up Fremont Street and all the way down the other side. And it was a lot of fun. And she used this cane. So fast forward to 2010, May of 2010. I remember the day clear as a bell because me and my mom, again, she was out here on vacation, May of 2010, and me and my mom were going to see Human Nature. Human Nature is a band from Australia, of all places, that sings Motown. This is actually Smokey Robinson presents Human Nature, and they were at the old Imperial Palace. And we were going to see that show. I had seen them before, and the group, they have Australian accents, but when they sing, it sounds just like Motown. That's why Smokey Robinson presents. They're really good. It's a really good show. I don't know if they're still in Vegas or not, but if they are, I'd definitely go see them again. So they were at the old Imperial Palace, and me and my mom were down there. And again, we're walking around. She could walk pretty good back then, but she needed the cane. And two things happened on that day that I'll never forget. One, and the reason that I know the date is there was this buzz going around the casino. Everybody was talking about something. And I finally, overheard, and this was the day that they killed Osama bin Laden. So Obama comes on the TV and announces it, and everybody was talking about it. It was kind of a big thing. 10 years later from 9/11, you can look up the exact date, but I know it was in around May of 2010. So this was that night when Obama announced they killed Osama bin Laden, and we were going to see Human Nature. And the other thing that happened is the show was at Imperial Palace. We had went over to Harrah's, and there was Toby Keith's Bar and Grill. If you guys remember that, this is going back a ways. But Toby Keith Bar and Grill was at Harrah's. I don't think it's there anymore. But we went in just to get some drinks. I had a rum and Coke. Mom had her White Russian, is what she used to like to drink. And coming out of Toby Keith's Bar and Grill, the cement floor on the long hallway was a little bit uneven, and she fell. So she has her cane in one hand and she has her drink in the other, and we're walking, and I'm right next to her, but because she had the cane and the drink, it's not like her arm was around mine or mine was around hers. And she fell, and my mom always had neuropathy, which if you don't know what that is, you feel off balance. It's a condition in your legs where you just are always off balance. So as soon as she hit this uneven floor, even with the cane, she knew she was going down. So she threw the cane and she threw the drink, so there wouldn't be glass right in front of her, and she went down hard, forward, face forward. And a bunch of guys came. It's funny because there was no security to be found, but a bunch of guys came over and they got her back up, and she was like, "I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay." And she she always made jokes. Well, it's a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. For those of you who don't know, we lost my mom in January of this year. Yeah, January of this year. And so they stood her back up when she fell. And she said, well, at least I'm fat. At least I could, I had some cushion for when I fell. So I was like, let's go, we can get out of here. We got to go. I could go to the emergency room. Like, what do you need to do? And she's like, no, I'm all right. Let's just go to the show. And I said, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, we came here to see a concert. We're going to see a concert. And sure enough, the only thing she asked me, so we got inside. I was a diamond back then. So we had way up, nice tickets way up front. And the only thing she asked me was, can you ask one of the floor people, people they're seating everybody, if they can get some bags of ice, because I can put these bags on my legs, which are going to swell up. And I did that, and they brought a bunch of bags, Ziploc bags full of ice, and we sat there and we watched the show, and my mom put the ice, on her legs and stuff, and it was a good show. And we went back home, and she was okay. She didn't have to go to the hospital. She didn't break anything. It was just one of those, it was a scare, because I thought maybe she broke something. But she didn't. But it just reminded me of this cane. Halloween and the Human Nature show. And the other thing is when we were walking out after the concert, Human Nature, there at Imperial Palace, after the show, we wanted to let everybody go first because Mom was slow. She's on a cane, right? There were even stairs to get where we were at. She had to very slowly go up and down each one. And there was this older couple, these two guys, older couple, they came by and they said, hi, we were just admiring your cane. And they were really well dressed. And my mom loved showing off the things she had. She would have rings on almost every finger and gold and everything. And she would be like, oh yeah, my son got me this cane. And they were like, they looked at me and they said, where'd you get it from? And I said, there was a website for props, movie props. It's from the Wolfman. And they were like, oh, we know what it's from. They said, we're in the film industry and we've never seen anybody that had the Wolfman cane before. And they were pretty impressed with it. They were like, it's really nice. Now, of course, this isn't the original one or anything. This is a replica. But they were really impressed with it. And they were like, always keep it. It's a really cool thing. And that's the story of the wolf cane. So I told you that story. And this is the reason why I wanted to tell you the story. One, because it reminds me of my mom, of course. But two... give me a second, guys. God damn. So you guys may be saying, Cowlazars, what are you doing? This isn't, Forrest Fenn related, and it has nothing to do with treasure hunts or the treasure hunt amusement park, and you're not even doing it with Christy. So what are you trying to tell us? Well, here's the deal. This video, it really isn't for you, dear viewers. Although I appreciate it if you'd give it a thumbs up and comment down below and tell me what you think. But the video is actually for my boys, Chris and Eric. Give me a minute. Whew, okay, so where was I? The video. Oh, well, hello. I know. How are you? How are you? Oh, don't touch the camera. The video isn't for you, dear viewers, as I said. The video is for my sons, Chris and Eric. And it's also for Christy. Forrest Fenn, he said, my daughters didn't know who Clark Gable was. And for me, my boys may not know that much about their grandmother because they were at such a young age, when we lost her. So the cane here, the wolf cane, is something I'm going to keep. One day I may have to use it, although I think I'm a little bit too tall for this cane. I think canes are measured by how tall you are. So I may not be able to use it, but I do want to leave it to Chris and Eric. So Christy, if something, or I should say when something happens to me, I want the cane to go to Chris and Eric, whichever one of them wants it. And I want you to show them this video. All they got to do is search, Cowlazars wolf cane, and it should come up. Hopefully it's a very long time from now that they need to watch this video. But yeah, I want it to stay in the family. I want it to go to Chris and Eric. And, maybe one day they'll use it when they get old and they need a cane. So anyway, hey, stupid cat. Anyway, yeah, that's the story. And Chris and Eric, if you watch this someday, I hope many, many years from now, hope you understand a little bit more about your grandmother. Man. Just a small little thing about your grandmother. She loved scary movies. The Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein and Dracula and the original horror movies. The Bela Lugosi as Dracula and Lon Chaney as the Wolfman and whoever was the original Frankenstein. She loved all that stuff. So she also loved Halloween and loved being scared. So Chris and Eric, if you don't call me tonight to pick you up to go trick-or-treating in our new neighborhood here, if you stay at your mom's, that's fine. Maybe I'll go down to Fremont Street. Maybe I'll go down to Fremont Street and think about Mom a little bit. So that's the story. The wolf cane. Thanks everybody for watching.